Hello again, everybody. I got a rain out day today, so I figured I would work on the old gasifier and putting this ammo can on. Let me show you what I'm doing here. Okay, so you can see I got the ammo can welded to the bottom of the gasifier. What I've been doing is, you can see I got the leaf blower hooked up here, and that is the output pipe. So that goes into here, which feeds straight into here. So all that comes out in here. It also, since the bottom or the top of it is laying on the ground like that, a lot of it blows out of the intake too. But what doesn't blow out there will blow out any hole that is in here. And what I was doing is, I've got some water and dishwashing liquid mixed in this. It's not Armor All, it's actually soapy water. And what I'll do is, after I get that going, I'll spray it all down, and everywhere there's a bubble, there's a leak. So that's why some of my welds are all balled up like that, because I had to keep going over and over again, and finally I've got it stopped. So yeah, but anyway, this will be where I dump the ashes after they come through the system. You can see down in there, you can see the grate and the chains and stuff, and that's the direction that everything goes, is up through there. All the gases will go up that way. So I can take the same leaf blower and hook it up about in the same spot, open this up, and actually, once I dump the ashes, I can clean everything out just by blowing the air through and popping this open. Did it sound right when it closed? As long as it works, I guess. Might have been hitting down here or something. But yeah, I think that will work. So I think what I'm going to do is, I'm going to figure out where all I need to cut to fit this into the car. Alright, the gasifier is basically where it's going to be now. It will probably be sitting a little higher though. I'd like to actually get it up a little higher so I can get that union off really easy, and maybe weld the top of the heat exchanger part to that support. Also, I'll brace it up. I might have cut a little too much out. I had it cut way back here, and that was too far, so I had to slide it that way. And one reason I got to raise it up, it's hanging down way too low. Yeah, that won't work, but it will probably work to test out the gasifier itself. Right now I'm working on the hopper. Here is what's going to be the bottom of the hopper. And actually, what I did here was, I took out of the same spare tire rim that I made this out of. I cut it right here. That's that cut. And then I welded it on here, and it wasn't really the straightest cut around through there. So I had to kind of fill in some with high temperature silicone, which at this point it should be, the gas or the gasifier should be cool enough to withstand the high temperature silicone, because all the heat's going to be down here, and then you got this much room between that. So by the time it gets up here, I think it should be fine for that. That's actually what I'm going to use. I'm going to put some around here on the inside of that. And as you can see, there's a piece added in here. What I did, since it was the same exact rim, which would mean that this ring is the same exact size. I wanted it bigger, so I cut a little piece out of another rim and I welded it in there. So now, when you flip it up like this, it sits right on there. And that lip, I don't know if you can see it, but that lip of this one is on the outside of that one. So once I get some silicone on there, that will be sealed up. Also, I'll probably bolt it or something underneath. I could probably put like a nut welded to here and have some kind of clamp that will actually go over this and clamp it. That way it'll hold it all securely. And also, the barrel that I have, it was not a barrel that was actually for a lock ring. This was a solid barrel, and I cut the top of it off. But I cut it where this was coming out so that, let me set it straight down. I was letting the water dry out, but so that I can sit this. The barrel that this lock ring lid come off of is no good, so that's why I'm using this one. But this is going to be the size of the hopper. Let me flip this over. And there. Okay. So that should make a pretty good seal down there. Once we take some more of our old buddy, the high temperature silicone, I'm using a lot of that stuff, and put it around it. And I was figuring up here, I have a 5-gallon bucket, and it's not going to be sticking all the way out like that. I'm going to cut, I'll probably cut it all the way up to this. Well, I'll probably cut it down here and stick it through and then bend the tabs over on the inside. That way it'll give it more to secure to. I don't know if I can even weld to this. This is really thin stuff. So I think I'll fold it down in there, and that will be what's going to hold it. I'll end up, you know, putting some self-tappers or something like that in it, but and some more silicone. That way it'll be sealed up. It does have a lock ring lid, and what I was thinking, instead of using the lock ring on this lid, I was going to drill a hole and put a bolt through, and of course it's only going to be that high, so I can come up from the barrel edge up with some kind of a spring system, or possibly a hinge. I don't know yet, but some of this stuff I'm kind of making up as I go because I'm using materials that I have. I don't have, like I got the lock ring, but I don't have a real lock ring barrel. So that's why I'm kind of making it like that. I'll probably weld the barrel to the ring, but before I do that, after I cut the hole out for this, that'll make a gutter down there, and I'll make another one on top. And for cooling pipes on the outside of the hopper, I have these. These are stainless steel handicap grab bars that, like you would put in a handicap restaurant. And I had bought several of these to put in over at the church, and it turned out they already had two, and the other bathroom didn't need it, or there was no place for it, so I didn't end up using them. So now I figure I can put them here, and that'll be my cooling tubes for the hopper, cooling and water condensating tubes. And I have to put me a gutter up in there too. But that's the progress so far on that. Okay, so there's the where I got the bucket lid on. Cut the bucket in half. There's a little spot I cut out for it to fit. And there it is. Okay. Get rid of the handle of this. Alright, so now I need to make something for the gutter ring, and yeah, go from there. Alright, so that is Sits pretty tall. Doesn't really matter, but it sits pretty tall in there. Now it doesn't really have to be that tall, because this car would do fine with a lot smaller hopper, I think. With one, I could actually cut it off right here as far as that goes. Have half of the size of a hopper, but that's what we got. So that's all I got done today. Kind of getting late, so I guess I'm gonna call it a day. Appreciate everybody watching, and I'll see y'all on the next one.